Yes. Good morning, children. Welcome to the class. So, little bit revision we will do. What all we have discussed in the last classes. So, in the last class, we have discussed the importance of manufacturing, definition of manufacturing, and what is the how much contribution has been given by the secondary sector to the economic activities in the past few years as well as past few decades, and how much it is increasing at the present situation. So contribution towards the national economy, and also which is the correct position as well as location to locate the industries and the factories if you are establishing in any locality or any region. So basic some information they will take before they establishing any kind of industries and the factories in a country. So based on that one, they will try to enhance as well as they will try to establish their factories and industry based on that factors only. So till here we have discussed about these things. So in today's class we are going to discuss about the classification of industries. So why we are doing the classification, on what basis? So there are lot of products in your surrounding. Okay, some products like books, pencil, pen, as well as your automobile, your mobile phone, as well as iron and steel, which is available in the market area, and also um, what we will tell, tea, coffee, as well as a lot of products are there in the market area. Okay, so how we will find out at which category our industry will come, at which, whether it is a heavy based industry, whether we are using the heavy materials for that one or not, whether we are using a lot of mm, which kind of raw materials we are using, how much capital we are investing. So based on that matter, some of the classification has been classified to understand in what ways the industries are being classified. Okay, so there are certain kinds of sorry, there are certain classification are being made by the industrialist as well as by the economist to identify which kind of waste that one industries are, because the list of various manufactured products are used in your daily life, like transistor, electric bulb, vegetable oil, cement, glassware, petrol, matches, scooter, automobile, medicine, pencil, books, as well as uh, chairs, furniture, and electronic goods and materials. So these are all are the basic things which are being used day to day life. So as a result, based on that one, uh, if we classify the various industries based on the particular criteria, on which criteria we the industries are being set up, based on that one we would be able to understand their manufacturing in a better way. So industries may be classified on the basis of raw materials. Some of the raw materials are being used to manufacture the uh, some of the products like cotton, wool, jute, silk, textile, rubber, sugar, tea, coffee, edible oil, and some of the trees are being used to manufacture papers also. So paper is also come under the agro-based industry. So etc. are being classified under the agro-based industry. So the source, that is the main criteria of agro-based industry, is using the raw materials, agricultural raw materials for manufacturing the complete goods. So first one is the agro-based industry based on raw material. So based on mineral based, some minerals are being used to manufacture the products there, like iron and steel, cement, aluminium, machine tools, and petrochemicals are being classified under the mineral based industry. So whatever on the earth crust the minerals are available, based on that one some industries are being set up in our country. So based on that, some products are being come out from that mineral based industry. Okay, so according to their role, so some of the industries they will play some important role. So based on that one, some industries are been there. So those are being classified into two. One is basic or key industry, second one is the consumer industry. So basic or a key industry means which supply their products or raw materials to manufacture other goods. Okay, with the supply of their products or a raw materials, whatever raw materials are being used to manufacture other kind of goods. For an example, iron and steel industry, copper. What is copper is getting smelting is there. Okay, melting the copper, whatever raw copper you are getting, even the aluminum smelting. So these are the some of the industries which are belonging to the key industry. Smelting is nothing but melting. Okay, whatever raw material is available to make the other goods, for that we call it as a melting process will be there. Okay, for that melting process we call in the name of smelting. Here yes is silent. Okay, melting. Next one is the consumer. So that produce the goods for the direct use by the consumers. Okay, whatever industries are being there, which are being directly used by the consumers. So that kind of industries are also being there, like sugar, toothpaste, paper, sewing machine, and fan. Okay, etc. are categorized under the consumer industry there. So they play a very important role. Okay, even these industries also come under this category only, but main role will be done by these industries. So based on capital, so whatever money you are putting on the industries for the starting an industry means, whether it is a if it is a small capital means, the small industry will be there. If the capital is big, we call it as a large scale industry. So based on capital investment, we will categorize the industries into two parts. One is small scale industry, and second one is the large scale industries. Small scale industries are nothing but with the reference of maximum investment allowed on the asset of a unit. Okay, only only small amount of money will be used to start an industry. So this limit has been changed period over a time. So due to the improvise in their manufacturing, small from the small scale they can convert themselves to the large scale there. So at the present, maximum investment is allowed rupees 1 crore to invest in the small scale industry. Before they were setting the industries in a very low cost. At present, if they want to set up any kind of small scale industry, till 1 crore we can set up the small scale industry in your locality as well as in your country, till 1 crore rupees. So till 1 crore, that kind of industries are called as a small scale industry. Large scale means nearly crores together, 50 crores, 60 crores, 100 crores together they will invest on their products as well as on their manufacturing, and then the output will come out. So those kind of industries we call it as a large scale industries. So those industries are also present in our country. So next one, based on ownership. So you all know, based on ownership some of the industries are being set up. So we will categorize into four parts. One is public sector, second one is the private sector, third one is the joint sector, fourth one is the cooperative sector. So in the four categories we are divided industries on the basis of ownership. Public sector, you have you have known about that one. It is owned and operated by the government agencies as well as by the government. So what kind of industries will come under the public sector means BHEL and SAIL. So these are the two industries will come under the private public sector there. Okay, the company name is BHEL, and second one is the SAIL. Some people will ask what is the meaning of SAIL. SAIL is nothing but Steel Authority of India Private Limited. Sorry, Steel Authority of India Limited will come under the control of Britishers. Sorry, government. Okay, so it is the public sector. Whatever industries are being established, they are owned and operated by the government agencies. BHEL and SAIL. So next one is the private sector. It is owned and operated by the individual or an individual of a group. For an example, Tisco, Bajaj, Auto, as well as Tata companies, Dabur Industries will come under the private sector. Even your Geo, Reliance, Tisco, Bajaj, automobiles, um, will come under the category of private sector, because these are under the control of privators, individual or a group of individual there. So next one is the joint sector. Joint sector is nothing but which is run jointly by the state or an individual of a group, individual or a group of individual there. Okay, it is run by any kind of one state or another state. So between that one agreement will be there. It is jointly run by the state and individual. Okay, Karnataka. Even Karnataka is also responsible to manufacture the goods and services, the government as well as the individual. The privators will be there to invest on their industries. So those state and the individual, they will come together and they will set up the industries there, or a group of individual. For an example, oil. Oil India Limited, that is OIL, is jointly owned by the public and the private sector. Some of the people, they will produce the oil uh, in a government basis also, as well as in the private basis also. Government, how they will run in the joint sector means the government of Karnataka and the industrialist, anyone industrialist, they will join the hands, and they will uh, establish one industry there. So in this way, the joint sector will be run under the government and the individual or a group of individuals there. So for an example, I have taken as oil. Oil is nothing but Oil India Limited. So it is jointly owned by the public and the private sector. So next one is the cooperative sector. It is owned and operated by the producers and the suppliers of raw material. Okay, here the producers, those are purchasing the raw materials from the suppliers. So those two people, with the cooperation, they will start one industry, or a workers, or a both. Okay, producers or a suppliers and workers, they will come together and they will establish one industry there. So they pull in the resources and share the profit and losses equally. So these people, they, whatever profit will come, whatever losses will be there, they will share their amount equally. So such as industries, sugar industries in the Maharashtra and coir industry in the Kerala are done by the cooperative sectors only. The producers or the suppliers of raw materials, and the workers. Okay, the people, those are producing and supplying the raw materials to make a final product, or the workers, both together, with an cooperation, they will start an industry. So sugar industries in the Maharashtra and the coir industry in the Kerala, even Amul and Lijat Papad, so these are come under the cooperative sector there. So next category of the industries, based on bulk and the weight. Okay, based on the weight and the bulk, from the raw materials to the finished goods. So that kind of category is also there in our country, to understand how the manufacturing will be take place in our country. First one is the heavy industries. Here some heavy materials will be used to produce the finished goods like iron and steel. Next one is the light industry. In this kind of industry, the raw materials will be in a light weight, as well as not in a bulk weight. In a light weight will be there. So that use the raw materials and produce the uh, light goods, such as electronic industries will come. Electrical industries will come under the lightweight industries there. So based on their um, role, based on their raw materials, based on their capital, based on their ownership, we have divided industries into several classification there. So for 5 marks, they may ask about classification of industries, or for 3 marks, they will ask for classification of industries. So in detail, you have to explain one by one. On the basis of raw materials, you have to write. On the basis of main role, you have to write. You have to explain basic industries, and you have to give the example. So in this way, for 3 marks and for 5 marks, may it will come for your examine. So according to that one, in detail, we are going to learn about agro-based industry. Okay, so this is based on raw material. So in detail, one by one, you're going to learn what kind of industries will come under the agro-based. So I have told cotton, jute, silk, woolen textiles, sugar, edible oil, etc. are based on agriculture raw materials. So these will come under the agro-based industry. So according to that one, first one is the textile industry. So this industry occupies an unique position in an Indian economy because it contributes significantly in the industrial production, 14% to the national economy. And how much percentage the employment generation will be take place means nearly 35 million people they can get the employment in the textile industry. And how much percentage we are doing the foreign exchange means 24.6% we are doing the foreign exchange. So nearly textile industry contribute 4% towards the GDP. So it is an only industry in a country which is self-reliant and complete in the value chain. That is, from raw materials to the highest value added product has been classic are been we will see in the textile industry there. Okay, so these are the main points you have to remember. If they ask a short note on, write a short note on textile industry means you have to write these all numbers. Okay, total production in among the industries, 14% industries will come, production will be take place under the textile industry. So 35 million people they can get the employment in the textile industries. They can generate nearly 35 million people. How much percentage we are doing the foreign exchange means 24.6%. So nearly it contributes 4% towards the GDP, that is gross domestic product. So it is an self-reliant, that is self independent industries are being there, a complete in the value of chain, that is from the raw materials to the highest value added product there. Okay, in what way we will add the product means I have given one picture, that is cotton. Cotton is a raw material which is used in the textile industry. They will do the cotton will go towards the yarn production, that is making the thread, and it will be changed into the size yarn. Afterwards weaving industry, it will go weaving and knitting, that is fiber. Fabric industries are been there. So in that fabric industries, the yarn will be purchased and then it will move towards the fabric industry. Afterwards, dyeing and preparing the clothes. After the dyeing, whatever designs you are needed after doing that dyeing and the painting, uh, they will do the stitching there. After that, it will go towards the retail, and then it will be called as a consumers. So a value addition means in this way. Okay, the raw cotton will be purchased by the yarn industry, that is fiber production, and it will be converted with the help of spinning. They will produce the yarn. After yarn, another sector or another firm, they will go like weaving and knitting. You can see in this category only the final products will become in the hands of consumers there. So this is the value added, addition of textile industry. So here also one value will be added, here also the value will be added, and at last the consumer will get their product. So, in the next class, I am going to explain about cotton textile industry. In what way the cotton textile industry were been started in our country. What are the prominent places where we will see the cotton, woolen, and silk textile industry in our country by showing a map. So, in from this chapter also one map question will be there. So on textile industry. So what are the places you have to remember for the board exam? I will just underline those ones. So concentrate and practice those places for the board exams there. Okay. Afterwards, I will explain about jute textile as well as sugar industry in detail. You are going to learn these three category of industries which is based on agriculture. So afterwards, mineral based industry is there, chemical industries have been there, fertilizers industry, automobile industry, information technology and electronic industry, and but last but not least, industrial pollution and environmental degradation, how to control it, and what are the causes reason behind for industrial pollution. So each and everything in detail you are going to learn in the further classes. So I hope today's class you have understood about classification of industry and the agro-based industry. On that one we have discussed about textile industry. So mark all the points which are been there important. And in the next class I'm going to start explaining about cotton textile industry. So hoping, so signing out. Have a great day. Bye everyone.